love that track. It's me, the Teej, still here in the studio with you. I could even see Terry tapping his toes to that one right there. Recently, there was some brainstorming done at Bearcast, that sort of thing. We were thinking about, like, having a video camera, taping people during their shows and that sort of thing. I'd be looking like a damn fool right now trying to dance my way through that last track and still have enough breath to be here with you here right now. You can tell already, that sort of bit. I'm not joking about that sort of thing. Come dance with me. Oh, boy. One thing that did leave me pretty breathless this past week, oh my. It actually made me cry a little bit. I don't know how to put this. I don't know how to say this delicately. But some idiot thought it was a good idea for Tim Burton to do another Alice in Wonderland movie. Alright, so I'm imagining that people out there listening, there's gotta be a few there out here who you take Alice in Wonderland to a certain bit of heart right there, that sort of bit. It's like it's kind of like the Necronomicon or the Torah or, some sort of like religious work. It's just a fantastic story to sort of embrace your childhood wonder, but at the same time applying so many crazy concepts that children really can't understand. And was it last week or the week before that we found out that a whole bunch of people have been lying about the fact that they've actually read Alice in Wonderland, but actually, in all reality, haven't. They figured Disney movie would suffice. And I really should, target my hatred a bit more clearly. 2010 came around, and Tim Burton released Alice in Wonderland. Well, his rendition. Oh, I'm sorry. I just get a little bit sick just even thinking about it. I don't know what the big deal is about Tim Burton, and that may come as a surprise to a lot of you out there. I don't get him. It's one of those things on where he takes something like creepy, something conceptually awesome, and then he just twists it to make it boring, generic, and kind of just useless dribble. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved Edward Scissorhands. That was a great film, but I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, when he tried to redo that, Corpse's Bride. I was never a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas either. Which again, is just one of those things that everyone seems to love for some reason. And I know a lot of people say, well, what about the music and that sort of thing? No. Music was great. Alice in Wonderland in 2010, music was fantastic. But that was Danny Elfman. That wasn't Tim Burton, that sort of bit right there. Two separate entities, completely different right there. I have the 2010 Alice in Wonderland soundtrack, and it is great. I recommend if you don't have it, get yourself a copy. It's absolutely awesome. But the film was just, I don't even know what to call it. It was just a mess. And you know what? I take that back. I think I can figure this out right here. Right here. The problem with the 2010 Alice in Wonderland movie was that it really didn't have anything to do with Alice in Wonderland. It was a Disney film that they tried to pass off as an Alice in Wonderland film. It was a Disney film using Alice in Wonderland characters. That's all it was, really. That sort of sense right there. And yes, it was kind of nice to see a non-patriarchal message at the end of that sort of film, but it really didn't redeem for the massive shit show that it happened to be. It just didn't make sense for the most part. I could not figure out the plot of that. And then there's the argument that, you're not supposed to figure out the plot because it's Alice in Wonderland. Well, it really wasn't true to any of the characters. It wasn't true to the imagination of Wonderland. It was kind of like, it was too plot-driven, maybe. Maybe that was what it struggled for. I mean, it seemed like they were all about killing the Jabberwocky, which, again, didn't really happen in the Alice in Wonderland book. I was actually in Through the Looking Glass, which is the movie that they're doing now. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm getting at right here. It's just pissing me off to no end. And Tim Burton isn't the person who should be working with this kind of stuff. Maybe it was time to bring another Disney Alice in Wonderland to theater and that sort of bit right there. But this is the kicker for me. This is the kicker right here. And I'm sorry that I have to go on this rant, but it really bothered me. It really did. The kicker of it all is that Tim Burton was interviewed shortly after that horrible Alice in Wonderland came out. And you know what he said? He said this on camera. He said, I don't really have a connection to Alice in Wonderland. I did the best I could do. What? Okay, hold on. To get this straight, you were assigned this project and you did the best that you could with it? There was no one else who was up to the task? No one else was interested in, making something awesome out of this? You had to go ahead and ruin it? He was like, I didn't like it, but I'll do it anyways. What, you were sounding like a pouty child at that point. Way to go. You gotta rain on everyone else's parade. So that's why I don't like Tim Burton. I thought I really needed to explain that one because it really was just frustrating me. And so we got this new sequel coming out. When has a Disney sequel ever been good? I leave that to Toy Story. Toy Story 2 was alright. There's a joke in there, isn't there? Yeah, Dimitri Martin used to say that. Okay, well, I'm not going to try to take credit for that. That's not going to be a thing. Alright, well, I got another PSA for you if you'd like to listen. I'm pretty excited about this because Terry hasn't actually seen this one yet. It's really, really exciting. So, last one was Terry's idea, but I was coming up with some new ideas myself, and I really wanted to, play with my imagination a little bit more, as I love to do, in that sort of sense right there. So I'd love to get your opinion on this one. I guess I shouldn't build it up any more than just that, so take a listen. Let me know what you think.
Hey guys, Master Purger John Brixton the Scourger here. Purge season is here again, and best believe I'm hard at work preparing for another great year of raping and killing. But joining in on your annual God-given American right doesn't mean you should let safety go out the window. Remember, protect you and yours. Fortify your doors and windows and always keep a first aid kit handy. Bulletproof armaments are never a bad idea, and I've never heard of a stockpile of weapons going to waste. That's all for me. Stay swift, stealthy, and smart, and I'll see you amongst the slaughter.
I wish you could see Terry's face right now. It's so awesome. You wouldn't believe how much I had to take out of that in order to get it down to 30 seconds. It was unnerving. Like the original cut of it is like 45 seconds, and so I had to get rid of about 15 seconds of audio, which, I don't know, to those of you who don't do this kind of stuff, that may not sound like a lot, but it really is like a huge amount to take a third off of a read like that. It was not easy. And I had to get rid of some of my best lines, too, which I guess Terry might be a little bit excited about, at least. Yeah, Orgy of Gore. I really wanted to throw that in there, and that line had to totally get cut at one point. So I might try to do, the extended edition of a public service announcement or something like that. I don't know. You gotta have fun with these kind of things, right? Yeah, boy. Let's have a little more fun. Listen to some music. I got Weird Net News coming to you later, so stay tuned.